Well, hello there, everyone, and welcome to Inspirations for Your Life. It's so great to be with you again on the show. Today is Thursday. It's July 2nd as we're revving up and getting ready for New Year's. I should say New Year's. It's kind of a New Year's. It's July 4th. And actually, in New York City, on July 3rd, I believe, right around midnight timers before 11:59, they're going to start dropping the ball to celebrate the 250th anniversary. So it's kind of like a New Year's. It's like two New Years in 1 year. Anyway, so great to have you here. If you have never been here before, I want to take the opportunity to say welcome. And of course, I want to say thank you. Really do appreciate those that enjoy the quality and content of our show here. If you have been here one time, 5 times, 10 times, 100, or even more, I love to take this opportunity to say not only thank you and welcome, but I also like to say the words welcome back. Yes, I'd love to say the words welcome back to you because I really do appreciate people that enjoy the quality and the content of the shows here that we produce. So great to have you here. This week's master topic is another great one. We always have great topics, you know that. And so I wanted to let you guys know that, every Saturday we start with a brand new master topic and then we basically go through the week and we finish up on a Friday. So if you're hungry, you're thirsty, feel free to go grab something and come on back. If you, have not been here before, or you have, don't forget to check out believemeachieve.com for more of my amazing, inspiring creations. Now, on every Thursday and every Sunday, we do something pretty unique that we started a little while ago, and that's our community shout out. So we have a community shout out to The Fine Grind, a coffee bar that is located on 101 Newark Pompton Turnpike in Little Falls Township, New Jersey, 07424. So first, let's tell you a little about The Fine Grind, a coffee bar where they make their own coffee, which is kind of cool. I'm going to tell you a little about them, and then I'm going to tell you why we're doing this. Okay, so again, I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, and The Fine Grind Coffee Bar basically is pretty interesting. What they do, they have a trivia night. They have this really cool little robot that they've dressed up. You've probably seen him before. They call him Brewster. They're a friendly robot server with an adorable face that everyone loves. And the charming helper delivers your order to your table smoothly with a touch of what they call futuristic fun. A lot of people tend to like that. They have art exhibits. They have some live music. So I think this would be perfect for you guys to have us come. We're reaching out to you guys at the Find Grind Coffee Bar to have you visit jcmacademy.com to click on Contact Us and request that you'd like to be a host for us to do a live show. Won't cost you anything. It's 15 minutes on the pre-setup. The show is about 27 minutes and change. Then after that, we close out. We have a 15-minute author talk. Then we do a Q&A, and then we do an author talk and signing. So love you guys to check us out at jcmacademy.com. And hopefully you guys will definitely, be open to us coming to your place. So they have drink specials. They have a cafe menu. They have a Lotus Energy set of drinks. They have a tea menu. So really pretty cool. They've got herbal teas, black teas, green teas, and they've got a lot more. So definitely check them out. And I hope you guys will reach out to us so we can do a live show at your facility. All right, guys. So that was our Thursday shout out. So this is Inspirations for Your Life, everyone. And our master topic, in case you didn't know, this week is how to let go and level up. It's Series 5. It's show 27. And today's episode is how to live on purpose and not on autopilot. Series 5, show number 27, episode number 6. And the theme is intentional living versus default living, right? I think a lot of people do default living because it's so simple, it's so easy, and they feel they don't have to do anything. So welcome, everyone, to the Inspirations for Your Life show. I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. Yes, I'm an engineer, marketing specialist, video producer, podcast host, coach, keynote speaker, a graduate student at Montclair State University, passionate lifelong learner, and so grateful now to be a published author. Today, focusing on a shift that quietly changes everything in our lives, moving from autopilot living to what I call intentional living. Now, because most people are not designing their lives, they are repeating them. This can be a little challenging for some people. Now, the core message is this: autopilot creates repetition without awareness. Purpose creates repetition with a sense of direction. When you live without intention, your days are shaped by convenience, distraction, and habit. When you live with purpose, your days are shaped by meaning, contribution, and alignment. A little bit different, right, guys? So, purpose is not abstract, it is practical, it is daily, it is actionable. Yes, it's not something you just flick. And I have some insights that I want to share with you to help make your days more about purpose. Number one, purpose is using your strengths on real problems. Meaning comes from application. And I think a lot of people miss that it is about application. Number two, stop living by default and start living by design. You see, awareness creates control. The more that we can get in touch with awareness in our life, the more that we can have a better life, the more that it can be more purposeful, the more that it can slow down because we can enjoy the precious moments in our life. All right. So it is important to stop living by default and become more aware of our awareness that we possess. Number three, guys, ask who gets better because you exist. Impact defines purpose. And sometimes that can be very confusing, but it can also be a breath of fresh air once we understand what purpose is, how it works, and how it can literally transform our lives like that. Number four, align your day with the answer you have. Structure creates direction. Don't be in a rush to get the answer. Put it together with alignment, and you'll start to get these nudges. You'll start to get interesting inspirations that will either give you the answer or will lead you toward it. Number five, your experience is a niche you should use. Your past has utility. Number six, you do not need a huge mission to matter. Consistency creates impact every single day. But some people feel that they're not valuable, that they're not worthy. And I think that's a sad thing. But if we can understand that we have so much value and we have so much purpose, our life can be amazing. Okay. Our life can be really amazing. And it can help us understand where we're going, why we're going somewhere, and what it's all about. Okay. Number seven, guys, purpose can be local. It can be simple. Most importantly, it can be powerful. Scale is not required for meaning. You don't have to get bigger for it to mean something or be valuable to you or someone else, right? We can have meaning in just saying thank you to someone or holding the door for someone or, doing something nice for one person. It doesn't have to be in scale. Number eight, guys, focus on what matters most, not what is the loudest. See, noise is not priority. Although many people think it is, it's not. And this becomes one of these big distractors in life that keep us from the real goal that we want to achieve. Okay. And it's important to understand that. And so the thing is, most people don't get it. Okay. And they don't understand it. And I can tell you that when we are on purpose, when we get aligned, things just click for us. Number nine, say yes only to what aligns with your purpose and direction. Don't be manipulated feeling you have to say yes. You don't. Every yes, guys, is a trade-off. When you say yes to someone else, you're saying no to yourself sometimes. So be careful of that. When you say no to others, you're mostly saying yes to yourself because you're giving yourself that time and that understanding. I think that's a very important thing. And most people miss the fact that, I have to say yes. No, you don't have to say yes. You have to do what feels right for you. Number 10, Your calendar should reflect your values, not others. Time reveals identity. And if you think you're going to reveal it overnight, you're going to be mistaken. And you're going to get the wrong answers. And that's probably one of the biggest things I can say to everyone here is that it's going to come through in a way that is going to be so bad because it's going to take you off of your purpose. It's going to take you off of your mission. I think that's an important thing for us to realize. We have to become aware. Number 11, guys, turn your work and content into solutions. Value comes from being useful. Value doesn't come from being deceitful. Value doesn't come from trying to manipulate people. It doesn't come from any of those things. But yet people think it should. And I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't. And that's probably the biggest thing I want to share with you is that so many people change their position because they get manipulated, right? And that's not good, right? If the energy for somebody is not good, then you need to move on from that person. That's the lesson, hands down. Number 12, impact is more important than impressions, right? The quality of the cards I get from a business networking is more important, I should say, than the quantity. So quality is more important of the cards over the quantity. Impact is more important than the impressions. Depth beats visibility. And I know you might be saying to me, John, I don't know if I agree with that. And that's usually coming out of fear, thinking you have to do something a certain way because somebody's trying to get you off of the path that you're supposed to be on. Number 13, we need to care about depth, not just the reach or the scope. You see, guys, connection matters more than the size. Relationships matter more than the number of them we have. But so many people in our world measure this in a false sense by saying, hey, I could fill a room with 5,000 people. Great. Are those people you know? Are those valuable connections? Or is it just a let's throw everything at the wall and see what sticks? Most of the time, it's a let's see what sticks. Number 14, guys. Use your story to help design better outcomes for others. Experience becomes guidance. And more importantly, guys, your experience becomes guidance. Okay? Your own inner knowing or way becomes guidance. When we do something and it doesn't go the way we want and we learn from it, we can adjust, we can pivot, and we can do it again, but we can alter the way we've been. Number 15, guys. Empathy is a functional tool, not just emotional. Understanding creates solutions, but too many people don't want to take the time to understand. Are they lazy? Could be. Are they too much of a go-getter that they don't really care about people? That could be another reason. There could be a lot of reasons. Okay. Number 16, guys, experiment with ways to serve and keep what works. Iteration always builds clarity. Repetition, mother skill, over and over again. But it's not going to do it like immediately. It's going to take some time for you to find the right way. Number 17. Number 17 is all about purpose. As purpose is discovered through action, not thinking alone. Execution reveals meaning. If we think and we never execute, we're never going anywhere. We're just thinking. We have to take those inspired thoughts to take the action, or we're just going to be thinking. Number 18, guys, turn frustration into structured improvement. I've said you need structure and you need consistency to be successful. Problems are signals or challenges. We have to know how to recognize them. And then what do we do with those problems? How do we redirect them? How do we take another path? How do we become a better version of ourselves? And here's the thing, guys, it may not be comfortable. I've said success starts when things get uncomfortable, not when they're comfortable. We have to push ourselves a little bit further. And that's sometimes a little bit uncomfortable. It's not painful, but it's a little uncomfortable. And many people are fearful of doing it. Number 19, learn how to let creativity respond to real needs. Relevance creates value, time in and time again. But it takes sincerity, it takes patience, it takes intention, truth, and integrity to build something with relevance that will last. That will last. That's the key. Number 20, guys, practice being useful in small ways daily. Doesn't have to be anything monumental, just some way. It could be something like, getting a cup of coffee for one of your coworkers, holding the door open, or maybe they photograph some things on the photocopier, and you see it's done, so you know who it's from, what department. You see it's done, you bring it back to them. Little things like that. Consistency builds identity. Doing it once does nothing, guys. It does absolutely nothing. But doing it again and again and again, that is what builds the real truth in our lives. And I think it builds truth in other people's lives. I think that's really the important thing. I think the most important thing I can tell you is that when we have a consistent path that's structured, our identity does form, but it doesn't form overnight. Okay. That's the most important thing I tell you. And many people get impatient because they're not seeing the identity that they want, like right now. So they take shortcuts. And I want to tell you, don't take shortcuts ever. Number 21, do one thing today that clearly helps someone. Small impact still matters. What else could you do that's small? Maybe it's letting somebody go ahead of you in the line at the supermarket, right? Maybe it's giving somebody else the right of way on the highway before their turn, right? Number 22, you do not need to change the world to make impact. Moments matter, seconds matter, intentions matter. And just making one change and making a difference with one person, guys, that will make a huge difference in your life and other people's life. But it might not seem like it's going to go that way. But I'm here to tell you that it is. It's just you've got to be patient and you've got to do it with pure intention and integrity. So don't worry about changing the world tomorrow. Worry about helping one person. And that can make the world a much better place. Number 23, purpose gives discipline emotional meaning. Structure needs reason. So when we say structure needs reason, we have to do it for the greater good of all concerned. We have to do it for something that aligns with our core values. If it doesn't, we're going to be very unhappy. Number 24, purpose gives pain context and direction. Struggle becomes insight. And from that output, insight, we can reuse it and become a better person. We can get the tasks done in a better way. Number 25, serving others stabilizes identity over time. Contribution builds clarity. Doesn't have to be a huge contribution. It just has to be something meaningful. Meaningful with intentful purpose. That's a big key. Number 26, guys. Life feels lighter when it becomes useful. You ever notice that? Utility reduces confusion. And when we can start to reduce confusion, our head feels lighter, right? We get this relief because things are going the way we want. Many people try to make things so darn complicated. And if they just did it in a simpler way, they'd be successful. Number 27, guys, purpose acts as your internal North Star. Direction reduces drift all the time. So we always want to stay focused. We always want to stay on point. We want to make things as, let's say, simple and non-complicated as we can. Number 28, guys, you are allowed to design a meaningful life. Intention is permission. Let's think about that for a moment. Intention is permission. So if intention is permission, then we're getting a yes from ourselves, right? We're getting a yes. Intention is something that we have to think about a moment before we do it, right? We have to think about, what does intention mean? But intention is our way of giving permission. Number 29, let go of autopilot and level up into intention. Awareness creates change, but awareness does not do it in 5 seconds or even in 5 minutes. It could take a little time. Number 30, this is not a rehearsal. It is your life in motion. Presence defines reality. Presence defines reality. So if presence defines reality, how do we move from there? How do we change? I think the way we change is by, again, having that intention, having that key, having that understanding, having what we're doing align with our core values. And we don't replace our core values every day, right? Our core values are probably with us for a long, long time. And I think that's a very important thing. We want to make sure we choose our core values diligently, because those core values are probably going to be with us for a good part of our life, if not all of our life. And those will become the tools that help us achieve our success. Before I wrap up tonight, I do want to give that shout out again to this restaurant here in Little Falls, New Jersey. It's called The Fine Grind. They're located in Little Falls, New Jersey. So you guys can check them out. They're located at 101 Newark Pompton Turnpike, Little Falls, Township, New Jersey, 07424. And in case you guys are wondering the hours, it looks like they are open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They open Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They are open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. I don't see a time for them on Thursday. They are open on Friday. It says they're open on Friday, 8 to 8 p.m. I do not see a Thursday. I don't know if that means they're not open on Thursday. I don't know. But they're open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. every single day, observing outside of normal holiday hours. So definitely give them a shout out. Let them know that you heard about them on the Inspirations for Your Life show. And we hope that you guys at the venue that we just mentioned, which is the Fine Grind, will reach out to jcmacademy.com and invite us to do a show right at your facility, help building community, and helping you guys get the word about what you're doing. So in closing today, guys, here is the truth. Are you ready for the truth? I always like the truth. The truth is this: autopilot is easy, but it's not intentional. Purpose requires awareness. Purpose requires choice. Purpose requires action. And once you start living on purpose, your life stops feeling random. Random. When you don't know where something's going to come from. You don't have any ideas to where your path is going. And when it starts feeling directed, that's the key. Directed with intentionalism and awareness so that you're enjoying every moment. So you're able to smell the beautiful coffees and teas and different food that they have there, right? So that's the most important thing. And, when you think of a coffee shop, for example, What better place to be intentional, to sit down, to take your time, enjoy a cup of coffee, or in my case, I like teas, herbal teas, and things like that, and just to sit there and just enjoy. Many years ago, they used to have something called the passeggiata in Europe, and I think they still do it, where you can go outside, they walk, and then they have lots of places you can eat outside cafes. They don't really have that in the United States, not that much, but that's a very big thing in Europe. Is the outside cafes. That was one of the things I missed when I came back from my trip from Italy, and other places in Europe that I went, that we don't have that around that much. We have a few places that do it, but it's not like almost every restaurant has an outside cafe. That's pretty cool. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope this resonated with you guys. I want you to know that I am John C. Morley. I'm a serial entrepreneur and a lot more. And ladies and gentlemen, this has been Inspirations for Your Life. And this is where autopilot ends and purpose begins. My question that I have for you tonight is, if you're on autopilot, do you know you're on autopilot? If I said to you right now, I know you're on autopilot, how do you get off it? Could you get off autopilot? Like, well, I don't know how to get, I don't even know what's on it. You are. How do you get off it? I'll give you a hint. Be intentional with what you're doing. Don't go through the motions of life. You're going to miss all the beautiful flavors, all the beautiful sights. Yes, you're going to see them, but you're not going to truly appreciate the beauty for which they were crafted under. And a lot of people go through life, they just go through the motions, but they miss so much beauty. That could be in sound, that could be in sights, it could be in tastes and smells. So let's start being intentional. And what better way to do that than start getting your life off autopilot right now? I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening or rest of your day. And be sure to check out, yes, believemeachieve.com for more of my amazing, inspiring creations, which you can now do 24 hours a day. I hope you enjoy, and I will see you on another show real soon. Take care, everyone, and be well.